In a recent video, kettlebell sport world champion Ivan Denisov gave a masterclass on the kettlebell swing. After watching it with auto-translate on, I walked away with newfound information. There's even one bit where he goes against popular belief and by extension against Pavel Tsatsouline's teachings on the hardstyle swing. Grüezi miteinander, Gregory von Lebe here. Before we get started, I have a gift for you. 30 days filled with kettlebell workouts for free. Check the first link in the description. This is not my first video on Ivan Denisov. Matter of fact, I've already shared my thoughts on his interpretations on the Turkish getup. If you want to watch it for reference, click right here. Now, I might agree, disagree, or give you a nuanced perspective. Whatever the case might be, because of his status in the kettlebell world, and because I've learned a lot of stuff by simply watching his content, I always listen when he speaks. He starts with a swing variation that he calls the pull-up. He goes on to demonstrate it with one hand and then with both hands. He also refers to the fact that some people call it a regular swing. Now, if you'd ask me, I would call this a high pull. And simply by watching his execution, I saw that I was doing it a little bit different. While Ivan pulls the kettlebell up vertically, I pull the kettlebell up horizontally. Watch, Ivan style. My style. After trying both versions, I decided to stick with Ivan's variants. Don't get it confused. This high pull variation is still more taxing because of the added pull of the arms at the top. But it feels more natural and less awkward. In the next instance, he explains what I will call a hanging high pull or a high pull from a hang position. Now, whatever you might want to call it, I think it's a fascinating idea. Even though it seems like a logical conclusion from the regular high pull, I never thought about it. Now, some immediately point out the fact that it looks like an upright row. As we all know, upright rows can cause problems in the shoulders. However, there are two major differences. The inertia of the kettlebell takes away the strain of the shoulder. And watch my wrists. They rise above the level of the elbows, which creates some space in the shoulders. Mind you that this variation only works with both hands, and also I'm adding a little dead swing in between the reps, as you might have noticed, to take away momentum. Along comes Ivan's gripe with the hardstyle swing, and he lays out a very interesting case. He says that this will mess up your back because of increased shear loads. The hard hinge, which is characteristic for a hardstyle swing, causes an abrupt stop. And this abrupt stoppage increases the shear force in your spine. He goes on to say that athletes who are proficient with the exercise, who are also mobile and strong enough, yes, these guys and these gals, they can do it. However, make a simple mistake by not being careful, bending your back, losing focus, and you'll hurt yourself. And you know what? He's actually right. To quote Dr. Stuart McGill, the leading spine researcher in his kettlebell swing study, both shear and compression loads are highest in the beginning of the kettlebell swing and decrease at the apex, which is approximately at chest height. Super stiffness, like demonstrated in the hardstyle swing, is not recommended for people with back problems. This type of swing causes up to 100% of gluteal and erector spinae activation. This leads to extremely rapid movements in the spine. Now, does this mean that he's right by not recommending it? I don't think so. If you're proficient, if you know the exercise, if you've built up some solid kinesthetic literacy and some strength foundations, and your spine has no intolerance towards shear forces, by all means, go do it. Interestingly enough, we can break it down into a battle between two ideologies. The hard hinge, which is characteristic for the hardstyle, and the Russian pendulum, which is characteristic for kettlebell sport. This is another worthwhile demonstration that experts disagree all the time. And the reason why they are able or eligible to disagree is because they have reached the top of the pyramid. If you're at the bottom of the pyramid, the only thing that you're supposed to do is to listen and to learn and do it exactly the way it's been told. In the middle of the pyramid, you need to practice to achieve expert status. And finally, at the top, you can venture out on your own because of your level of mastery. Now, I know for beginners this might be confusing. That's why it is important that you stick to a coach who knows his or her stuff well, so you can take a shortcut to success. Here's the next thing that you have to do. Like the video, consider subscribing, share it with a friend, and then if you made it this far, consider joining the Lebe Stark membership and join the House of Stark. Exclusive content, exclusive workouts, exclusive challenge courses, exclusive live group classes via Zoom where I'll get to know you one-on-one. It's just awesome. Join the House of Stark right now by clicking the button right